Is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet really that bad, or is it pretty good? It's actually kind of both. Welcome to the channel, my name's Jeff, and yeah, I just want to talk about Pokemon. So, when this game was first announced, really, I was kind of mad because Pokemon Legends came out and it was only like a month old and it was just phenomenal. It was like my new favorite Pokemon thing ever. And then this got announced and it seemed like capturing Pokemon was back to the old way, and that wasn't very exciting to me. But I have to say, I've caught 230 Pokemon so far and the game's really fun. Like, the start is pretty slow with all this classroom stuff, but then all these teachers are actually really hot and really good looking, and you can actually take classes with them and you sort of learn about their backstory, and like, it's kind of cool, but there's no emphasis to do any of the classes once you've left the schoolroom, the school environment. Like, it's a bit weird. The art style is like super ugly, like worse than Nintendo 64 games sometimes. I just started playing some PS1 inspired graphics game on the Switch and like, it looks incredible. And Pokemon does not. But, well, I should say the Pokemon game does not, but the actual Pokemon themselves, they look better than ever. Like, they've all got these new furry textures on them or scales. Like, it actually looks really good. Like, all the Pokemon animations, they're great. But one thing I can't unnotice is all the Pokemon in the environment are low polygon versions, and then when you go to battle them, they actually pop into the higher res, high polygon count Pokemon, and I can't seem to unnotice that anymore. So every time I fight a wild Pokemon, I just watch the animation where they go from polygonal to so high polygonal. But maybe you'll be fine and it won't be a problem for you. I just can't unsee it anymore. There's this weird new picnic mechanic. I didn't use it for the first 20 hours of the game because it's dumb. I do like seeing all the Pokemon together at a picnic, and then you just make a sandwich. There's like a sandwich mini game. Maybe it's end game stuff. Like, it's not for me. I don't really seem to use it. It's mainly just like a quick Pokemon Center sort of vibe where you can easily heal, but sometimes it's actually just faster to fly to a Pokemon Center and then run back. Shopping in this game for customizing your character like sucks. I just like my default character. Like, she's fine, but anytime you want to go into the shops to look at clothes, it just takes ages to load each clothing style, and it's terrible, and it just ruins the whole shopping experience. So I found something early in the game and then I haven't bothered going into any shops ever again. The battles are fun, but they're just so slow. Like, why are they so slow? Like, attacks are fine. It's all these extra things that get surrounded in the battles. Like, if you have the item leftovers, or every sort of turn, you'll heal a bit, and then the text will come on. Oh, you got healed. So you'll see the animation and then the text. Like, why can't the text and the animation be together at the same time? It would make things so much faster. So anytime there's elemental, wind, sand, rain, etc., like, it really just chugs the battles and poison damage. Ugh. Anyone who's got a shiny Pokemon, like, it's not worth the animation time. But I do really like how, like, in Pokemon Legends, you can just change the moves whenever you want. So you don't like a move, or you think, oh, I'll try it later, like these moves are working for me, you can actually at any time swap your moves back. And yeah, it feels great. I really like it. Sometimes I swap back to the weaker moves just to make it easier to catch the weaker Pokemon. Otherwise they just get knocked out. I love catching all the new Pokemon. There's so many. I actually like catching the old Pokemon too. Like, as long as I catch one, then I'm done and the rest all die. Evolving the new Pokemon is sort of exciting because I spoiled myself a little bit, but I can't remember anything. And once I got my Dash Bun Pokemon, like, oh, I was just in love because, I got Dashhounds and this is the Dashhound Pokemon. Like, oh, it's just the best. So evolving new Pokemon is great because you just don't know what you're going to get sometimes. But then there's all these crazy, weird methods to evolve Pokemon. And sure, it's fun, but my goal in the game is to complete the Pokedex. And I don't have time at all. I don't want to find out how to evolve certain Pokemon. I'm just looking it up and I'll follow the actions. Sometimes you've got to walk them 1,000 steps. Other times you've got to use a move a certain number of times. They only evolve at night time. You got to use an elemental stone on them. I can't be bothered to figure all that out. So I'm just looking it up. So it's not bad, but it's just frustrating. I think I'm old school. I'm happy when they level up and then they evolve. Once I've caught a Pokemon in the wild, I never want to interact with that Pokemon ever again because wild Pokemon battles absolutely suck. They're not fun and they're just time sink. I'm like, oh, just die already. So I've been avoiding wild Pokemon altogether unless they're new and I've got to add them to my Pokedex. There's this new auto battle mechanic. That's actually kind of cool. I don't know. You get a less XP overall, but it's still fun to send out your first party Pokemon member and they'll go and auto battle all these nearby Pokemon and your whole team will get experience for it. I think that's really neat and it's really fun. And yeah, I really like battling. There's a couple times in the story where you can send out 3 at once. I wish that was more often. Most of the game you can only send out 1 at a time, but it's still fun. And it's a great way to level up weaker Pokemon. The world is actually littered with TMs and potions and items to collect. And half the time I don't need any of this stuff, but I'm addicted to collecting things in the overworld. It makes it fun to explore, and there's always some sort of red thing, or there'll be a TM on the ground, or gold potions, or something little gold shiny things that'll be random items. I just want to collect them all, and it makes exploring fun. There's the whole new Terra Pokemon thing, Terrestrialize. Whatever, okay. I've used it a couple times. I don't go out of my way to use it. I pretty much just use it if there's a gym battle or another Terra Raid battle, because you only get to use it one time before you go to a Pokemon Center. There's Terra Pokemon out in the wild as well. If I run into them, I'll go and fight them and catch them, but it's not as exciting as I thought it was, because basically I heard in-game that there's an area where you can just choose Pokemon's Terra type. I'm sure there's a money involved or grinding involved to do that, but I'm just whatever. And because I'm not a competitive battler, I don't think it really matters, but it's still fun. They look cool. I'm not over the mechanic. I'm just sort of not excited about it either. The gym battles I actually like because sometimes the gym leaders, they're involved in the story a bit more. There's always some sort of wacky, crazy, sometimes crappy, sometimes good minigame associated before you can battle the gym leader. I think I was pretty over-leveled for a few of them. I don't really care because there's plenty of areas where there's really strong wild Pokemon, so I wasn't too upset that I was stronger than the gym leaders. But what I was sad about is when you fight the gym leaders, they always terrestrialize their last Pokemon, and the music is so good and so addicting and really fun. But then they'll just die in one hit because I'm usually 10 levels stronger than the gym. And first couple gyms are fine, and then it turns out I might have done what should have been the first gym as my 4th gym or 5th, so it's fun to do things out of the order. Yeah, but what I do wish they would do is normally they'd terrestrialize a Pokemon that's not of their gym type. So if they're a water gym, they've got 2 water Pokemon on the 3rd, there might be some sort of other Pokemon that they'll turn into a water type. And I feel like that's kind of dumb because, you've probably already got your electric Pokemon spamming Thunderbolt and die, the 3rd one dies again. What would have been cooler is if the gym leader terrestrialized a water type to be maybe a ground type. So all of a sudden, if you're attacking them with electric, then you get earthquaked on their last Pokemon, and that would be more of a surprise, more cooler. I haven't finished the entire game. I've got 7 badges, but maybe there's more stuff that'll be better. But so far, the gym battles themselves have been like fun. I like the gym leaders, but the battles have been kind of boring. I feel like they could be better. The story is actually really good. I've nearly finished one of the storylines, and I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm actually really enjoying all the teachers storylines. Like, they're really cool, but there's just no voice acting, and I just don't get why this huge budget, well, maybe not huge budget, this, the highest grossing franchise in the world can't put voice acting in their game. I wouldn't even care if it wasn't in English, if it was in Japanese, or even a made-up language with made-up words. Even if they just, had grunts or only said like 2 words out of the, the sentence on the screen, like just something to give these characters more life, because they're just so boring when they're mute. Like, they all look so hot and all the character models look great, but there's just no life to them, and I just don't understand why they keep skipping out on this key feature. Moving around the overworld with your Miraidon or Koraidon, it's just so much fun. My entire goal of the start of the game was to get all the movement abilities with Miraidon, and I loved it so much, and it's still fun just to jump and motorcycle and go fast and glide. Like, you can't glide very far, but it's still cool, and once you get the ability to climb everything everywhere, these walls are unstoppable. Like, it's really good, and it makes exploring the world and seeing all the different Pokemon everywhere crazy amounts of fun that doesn't get old. Like, I've been doing it for 25 hours and it's still great. Like, it's still so much fun. It'd be cool if there was like races or something, but so far, it's clunky but really addicting, and yeah, I really love it. Your rival Nemona, I really like her, and I love all the battles with her. Like, everything about her, she's just really cool. Way better than that hot dude from Sword and Shield. She sort of challenges you, encourages you to keep going, and I really like her. Yeah. Overall, this game, it's clunky, it's ugly, frame rate is atrocious, certain areas just chug and chug and chug, but I'm addicted and I can't stop, and I want to complete the Pokedex, and I'm over halfway. I don't have much in my mind, I don't have much further to go, but I just want to keep going because I'm having so much fun. I don't even hate that it's not Pokemon Legends, even though I do want Pokemon Legends too. But overall, this game is really good. I feel like it's a complete game. It just doesn't, shine in the graphics department, except the Pokemon themselves. They look great. But overall, let me know what you think of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Are you having fun, or are you avoiding it because of the graphics? But probably not, because it sold 10 million copies, so you've probably already bought it. Anyway, my name's Jeff. Give us a thumbs up if you like the channel, or maybe subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!